Good evening. Is the sound okay? Suven?
Yes,
Yes, Sister. Sound is good.
Let us might start with a meditation. And yesterday night we had mentioned not to aim to be more aware of the quality of your thoughts also during the day. And of course, it is very beautiful to have a morning session where we discuss some deep spiritual understandings and principles. But at the same time, the aim of spiritual wisdom, the aim of knowledge is that we internalize it and that we become it and that it manifests in the way we go about life and what we experience. So if we are beginning to grasp these deeper understandings, the aim is also that the thoughts that I have during the day are of a higher quality than before. And so it is useful during the day, kind of have a check on your thoughts. Am I stuck into this spin of cyclical thoughts, repetitive thoughts, useless thoughts, or even destructive thoughts? And bring in the spiritual angle, bring in the spiritual perspective, and allow yourself to get a taste of more refined thinking. Of course, it doesn't generally happen overnight shift for a long time. This habit of allowing the mind just think at random all kind of thoughts. And thoughts just go all over the place. So now to gently come back and guide the mind. And so let us reflect on the day. What was the quality of thinking during the day? And just give yourself a kind of percentage. How many of your thoughts were useful? How many of your thoughts were uplifting and constructive and even maybe elevating and noble? What percentage of your thoughts was just necessary thoughts, thoughts of organization of your life? And what percentage of the thoughts were the opposite, destructive or negative? Just reflect, not to condemn or to feel guilty or to blame, just to get a feel of generally what is the quality of my thoughts. And maybe you can begin to see that because we are in this 7 days kind of oven, this 7 days retreat, you can little bit begin to see the difference, that you are thinking of different things and maybe more inspired and enthusiastic. But just to observe, not to judge or condemn, and to get an understanding. And then as if make a promise to the self, a certain commitment to aim to have higher quality of thoughts, to have more attention. And sometimes certain triggers are there and we get in a spin. Okay, but there are many, many, many moments during the day when that is not the case. For example, one may be eating. Eat in peace. One may be getting ready for work and getting dressed or taking a shower. During those times, your mind is free and choose to have some higher thoughts, thoughts of peace, thoughts of harmony, thoughts of the soul, maybe even thoughts of the Supreme. Or when you're going to work or maybe commuting, or those times we can utilize to make our mind get used to thinking in a more noble, more positive, and even more spiritual way. Okay, so just take a moment and reflect on the day and get the sense of quality of thoughts and feelings for today. Now gently withdraw your attention from everything that happened during the day and everything you have been thinking and doing, interacting. Just shift the attention away and become more aware of the subtle and the invisible essence of the being that is you. All those actions and interaction, that is like the expansion, but come back to essence. And grasp this awareness of the self as an invisible experiencer. Tiny star of living light. That living star is a guest in the body. A guest on this planet. Just reminding. We have come into this body, settled in behind the eyes, using the eyes as windows. And at some time in the future, this living star will leave this body. Guest, visitor. Like you go into a building, you spend some time there, and then you leave the building again. Same way. Body is like a building of nature, temporary habitat of the soul. And its real self, living light, is innately bodiless, genderless, timeless, imperishable, immortal, pure, living light. And just take some time to get familiar with this state of mind, of being a bodiless, living light. Body is there just like a car, but driver is separate from the car. The guest turns the attention completely to that invisible dimension of silence and light, the dimension beyond the world of matter. That world of matter, the drama of human puppets, as if down below in the distance. And this living star in an infinite expanse. Silence, stillness, pure peace. You get a taste of that timeless state, beyond matter, beyond change, beyond sound, beyond time, just being. a being of consciousness, living light, in that infinite expanse of timeless silence. An eternal light. Gentle, sweet, still, serene, almost golden like light. And just allow the self, allow the mind to get used to this state of being, this state of awareness. And it is not that the physical world does not exist, but it is just we have withdrawn attention from the sense experiences and focus on that dimension beyond. Home, eternal home. Indestructible home. Home of eternal peace. Of eternal belonging. Home of the soul. And the family of souls. Home of the Supreme. And as always, if any thought comes up from the drama down below, any compulsion or any pull, you just say, not now, later. I'll attend to you later, not now. And it completely surrender the mind to that stillness and sweetness. These feelings of being safe and secure. free, innocent, childlike, and godlike. Free from the complications of ego and attachments. Just be. Timeless, conscious, peaceful soul. And if your mind needs a certain image, then use that image of a star in a sky beyond the physical sky. And use that power of the mind to choose to keep the attention focused here. With a certain interest and how pleasant and refreshing, nurturing to just be peaceful, so tiny star. And in the home, this is the home of all souls. This is the home of the Supreme Soul. And try and perceive that atmosphere created through that highest consciousness, atmosphere of pure belonging, and peace. And in the far, far distance, as if down below, this tiny star, far, far distance is the world of sound and bodies and action and change and time. That is like the theater with the stage and drama, story going on. And the living star, the soul, enters that dimension of action and matter. associates with a body. Like how you get in a car, you get behind the wheel. You play the part, use the body to express and interact and ride the roller coaster ride of everyday life on the stage. But always remember the dimension beyond. Never forget the world of origin. Never forget the Supreme. And most of all, never forget the true self, who is like an invisible star with angelic nature, royal child of God, coming to play the game of the human story. Om Shanti. There is a story of two frogs. One frog, he lives in a pond, big pond, and he's very proud of his pond. And he thinks this is such a beautiful pond and a big pond and my pond, and very much at ease and at home and loves his pond and very proud of it. And one day, another frog comes, and he is a frog of the ocean. So he comes and he meets this frog of the pond and he says, hello. And the frog says, oh, I haven't seen you before. Who are you and where are you from? He says, oh, I am a frog from the ocean. And the other one says, ocean, what is that? He says, ocean, that is big, 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 huge water. And you can't see the end of it. And this other frog says, is it like my pond? He says, no, it is much bigger. You can't see the end of it. He says, how is that possible? My big pond, don't you see how big it is and how beautiful it is and how good it is? And he says, yes, yes, it is very beautiful. But this is a pond and that is the ocean. Come, I'll show you. Come with me. I'll show you. The other frog thinks, what a brag is this one. Bragging, how can there be anything more beautiful and bigger and deeper than my pond? He must be dreaming or trying to just make me jealous. Nothing like that exists. Nothing more beautiful than my pond. I have never seen it, so it's not possible. So he tells to the frog of the ocean, no, thank you. I'm staying with my pond. And he deprives himself from the experience of the ocean. He can always come back to his pond, but at least he can see and know and experience the ocean. I like this story because sometimes we can get into that mode. comfortable in our comfort zones and in our belief systems and in our conditioned ideas. And then another idea comes along, or another suggestion, or someone else trying to show something else. And we say, no, thank you. You braggart. Nothing bigger and more beautiful than my pond. Meditation is a little bit like that. Coming out of the comfort zones of our conditioned ideas and our conditioned human and mortal thinking, and see beyond. And you might discover the ocean and the beauty and the vastness. And you can always come back to your pond. Don't worry, it will still be there. God is inviting us. Transcend the limitations of your limited consciousness and explore beyond. Good night or good morning, whichever part of the world you are in. And see you tomorrow.
Om Shanti, sister. Good night.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Sushil Bhai with us. Is he with us? Yeah, very nice. Sushil Bhai. May not be able to talk right now, though. Yeah, very nice. Om Shanti.